Hi, my name is Pat Hickman. Welcome to my exhibition. I'd like to do a little walkthrough of the work here, beginning with this piece.
Okay, and you're going to start by telling us what exactly these are made of, right?
I will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, this piece is entitled Babel, like the Tower of Babel, that I think is sort of familiar in people's lives. That notion of communication and many languages and many voices. And sometimes the chaos of that, the jumbledness of it, is what I was trying to express in the density of this stack or tower. And here, next to it, where there are like empty shells, it's almost like empty talk or an echo of this lack of connection or communication.
But that's, I mean, what empty what? What kind of shells?
My materials in the tower are wood that comes from the place where a tree branch connects with the trunk when trees fall down in the woods and are disintegrating. There's something called river teeth. That's the name for these, or also tree nails. And it's very, very hard wood. And when I find these in the woods, mostly from spruce trees in Maine, on a path that I walk at Haystack, where I sometimes am fortunate to go, I find these in moist areas where the tree has almost disappeared. And when I wiggle what's left of the branch, if it's ready to release, it gives me one of these curious shapes or forms. And I'm very interested in this idea that it's the last part of the tree to let go.
Yeah, but it also, it looks almost shaped, like you shaped them.
No, this is how they come. And then what I've done is I cover each one of those with a skin membrane with sausage casings. And it's like trying to hold it together even a little bit longer. And so what I've done with this part that is empty, I've cut the gut or the skin membrane off of these forms, peeled it off, and it keeps the memory of what it was molded over. And that's what forms. These do not have any of the wooden tree nails or river teeth in them, but all of these still have a skin membrane on them.
And they're in a permanent condition now, and they won't deteriorate or anything like that?
No, they're amazingly strong.
And the same with these over here?
That's the same material. My understanding is that sailors are the ones who gave them the name river teeth, because they would sometimes see these in the water and they thought they might be fangs, or with those sharp points. They weren't sure what they were from, but they didn't rot, they didn't disintegrate. And in reading about tree nails, I understand that shipbuilders use this ancient technology of pegging wooden parts of ships with these tree nails rather than metal nails, because the metal nails, disintegrated eventually.
And then they really are hard.
They're very hard. They're almost like petrified wood.
Yeah.
And I guess, in a boat, when the wood is wet, it swells, but the tree nail really holds it together as a join. And I like the idea of here, it's not joining things, but that it represents that kind of joinery or shards. I call this piece shards, almost like archaeological fragments or metal tools, old tools.
The layout's incredible too. Like, I love that pattern that you came up with.
Thank you. It's sort of like weapons. You don't know what these things are.
Right. And then we're going into, are these fiber or?
Well, this piece I call Aftermath. And when I walk in the woods, sometimes out of the corner of my eye, I see a shape or a form that suggests to me fiber, maybe like yarn or rope, and it grows that way. So what I've done here and then peeled the skin off of those to sort of again echo a kind of afterthought, a kind of other way of seeing these things, as in, you know.
Oh, these are peeled as well. I see now, right?
These are all peeled. This is the actual vine that I've painted, and then I've rubbed it with a metallic stick to make it look somewhat metal-like.
And the blackness?
The black is acrylic paint that I've put on it.
Oh, so you did alter it, like?
Yeah, I transformed it from the way I found it, and then further worked with it by imagining a shell or a shed skin, something that came from it.
Well, absolutely beautiful work, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.